Hey guys, Pintos and Fiats here. I go by Pinto Power on Transformers World 2005. The reason for this particular video is not so much to give you a review on Ironhide and Ratchet. That's been done a lot of times. What I'd like to do is give you a little bit of information on the original Diaclone and Transformer, the early releases, versus the reissues. I've got a little bit of history with the reissues. I've got a few. I'll show you right now. Here we have tracks. One of these two is a reissue from Toys R Us, the other is an original. The quality of the reissue is so darn good that I really forget which is which. I mean, it's an incredibly good reissue. We've also got this guy here. We've got Trailbreaker versus the original Trailbreaker. And what you'll notice here, a few things. The reissue, the decals are all printed, which I actually like a lot because they don't peel off. And you'll notice that it's in the center. And take a look at this beauty here. And we can see that someone who's visually impaired put this decal on. I don't know how well you can see this. This is just a little digital camera. But this is crooked. And it's got a big crease in it. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. So the original is, it's a good toy. The re-release is excellent as well. You notice that the visor on the re-release is blue versus the red one on the original. And my favorite G1, actually my favorite Transformer ever made, the Datsun mold. Here's Prowl in his re-released Glory, and here is a standard Datsun Transformer. Now the re-release is of spectacular quality. Everything. He feels sturdy. He feels well made. He's not loose. He's very well built. Looks great. The original, everybody knows the originals. They're good toys, but they're old. And if they got played with at all, they're a little sloppy. And plus, manufacturing techniques have definitely improved over the past, 26 years since the original Transformer line was released, versus when the Toys R Us line was released. So the reason I'd like to go over this is, here we have, I'm actually going to use Ironhide here as an example. Everybody knows what the original G1 Ironhide looks like. The decals are from Repro labels. Now, he's in pretty good shape. He's an original. He's got a lot of miles on him. I've had him since 1985. But what you can see here is, all the little cut lines are very symmetrical. They did a pretty decent job of trying to match the colors up. No one's going to fault them too much. You can kind of see the difference between the paint and the plastic, but ultimately he's a good toy. I had him since I was born, pretty much. And this guy here is a pre-Transformers Diaclone. Yes, that's a rub symbol on there. He's I don't want to get into that, please. He is what he is. Again, the black actually looks great. It does hide a lot of the cut lines, so from, pardon me, a bit of a distance, he looks like a regular van, okay? Well, I never had Ratchet, so I purchased the re-release. And not too bad. He's fairly stiff, which is good. He stands up very nicely. What is nice again is the decal is no longer there. It is now painted, and that's good because it doesn't peel off or fall off. Negative because you do see the holes in the hinges versus Ironhide over here, whose decal does cover the holes. A minor thing. Wasn't too concerned about that. What did concern me is you'll notice that the cut lines are a bit crooked here, which, if you kind of push him down a little bit, he kind of looks a little bit better. Now let's just for a moment turn around. Okay, can anybody tell me what the hell happened here? Or worse yet, let's look from the front. What the hell is this gap here? We've got the old guy here. He's not too bad. I mean, the roof lines up with the cab very nicely. I don't seem to understand what the hell is happening here. I really don't. Even you really can squeeze them together, and he's still got big old gaps. I thought that was very peculiar. And I don't know how well you can tell in the video, all the plastic has a considerable red hue to it. It would appear that contaminants that mixed, possibly maybe the pellet hopper containing the white plastic, was not fully cleaned when he was built, and thusly he's got a bit of a red Ironhide tint. Nonetheless, I was happy to have the missing Ratchet and one in good shape at that. Then I saw the green one, and of course I have to have the full set, plus I like green a lot, and I bought him. Well, I was a bit speechless when I got him. This is as good, I'm trying to squeeze him to you, as he gets. Okay, look at those cut lines. The door doesn't line up. I mean, really nothing lines up in here. And what is this gap right here? Okay, and let's go with the worst side. Okay, I thought that this was possibly a bad one. I looked at a few other reviews, and what I saw was the exact same gaps, the exact same flaws, and then I saw some photographs, and same thing. It appears as if the metal part of the original molding was the same as the original. Okay, they're identical. I'm thinking something either happened to the original mold, or the original mold was lost or damaged, and they remolded it out of, when they had laying around. The transformation on him, however, is, I'll make this quick. I know everybody here has seen one of these guys transform, so I'm not going to waste anybody's time. He is fairly stiff. I do his transformation a tad differently. I have to buy the head because otherwise he looks like an idiot. So I do it like that. I think he looks pretty good like that. The transformation, I think he looks excellent. Definitely, I think he should sit on the shelf like that more than he should in vehicle form. Then this, I mean, this is incredibly floppy. My original Ironhide isn't like that. But when he does transform, he transforms very nicely. Oops. There we go. He does transform very nicely. So, here we have the base station there. And if you compare that to Ironhide here, slap it out of there. Again, this is much stiffer, and this guy's been transformed 50 million times. Okay. He led a long life. We all know that thing here. I'm going to flip it over. So to compare the transform mode between all the different toys, they're all very, very similar. They're well made. They look good, and they'll definitely look good in robot mode. The problem I had again is the cut lines on the car. He just does not assemble and look very well like the original did. And I always thought the originals looked kind of funny. But compared to the re-releases, you guys, if you're expecting to get a beautiful rendition of the original, you're better off saving, $150 and getting an original, well-kept example. Because if you really want to have a new version of the old one, I'm not unhappy about either of them, especially the green one. I'm just really upset about how they're molded. So there's a little bit of information, you guys. If you do have any additional questions about some of the other re-releases that I have, I'm more than happy to provide you with some information. Again, like I said, the other re-releases are incredibly good. In fact, I would recommend most of those over their original counterparts any day. But I'm not a huge collector. I like cars, and for the most part, my Transformers consist of Autobot cars. Anyway, any questions, go ahead and just leave a message, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Thank you guys very much.